Hi and welcome. My name is Isabel and I like sharing tips on health, wellness, and nutrition to help us live our best life. If this sounds interesting to you, then please keep watching. I normally talk a lot about diet and nutrition and how that can help us live our best life. But today I wanted to share a different aspect of a healthy lifestyle, and that's sleep. While many of us focus on exercise and nutrition, sleep is just as important. While we sleep, our body is repairing itself and regenerating. There are many chronic diseases that are linked to poor sleep, such as obesity, depression, and anxiety. So we don't just need sleep for our physical recovery, but we need sleep for our mental health. For example, people who are sleep deprived, meaning that you get less than 8 hours of sleep a night, they tend to have issues with depression, anxiety, being overweight, and maybe developing diabetes, and also, interestingly enough, issues with coordination. Sleep also impacts our immunity, our metabolism, our appetite, and ultimately impacts our ability to manage our weight. So set a goal to get a minimum of 6 to 8 hours of sleep, the 7 days of the week. So there's no catching up on the weekends. You go to bed at the same time every night and try to aim for quality sleep the 7 days of the week. Did you know that the medical term for a sleep schedule is your sleep hygiene? And basically what this is all about is having a schedule, a routine that you follow every day that helps you wind down and gets you ready for rest and relaxation. Let's say you find yourself getting a bit tired during the day or you get irritable. These might be signs that you're not getting quality sleep at night. And lack of sleep most definitely will have an impact on your mood. So again, setting this routine aside every day will probably have a good impact on your mood during the day. The amount of sleep we need also changes as we age. So again, take a look at how you feel during your waking hours, and that'll determine how much sleep you need at night. So let's say that you're only getting 6, 7 hours of sleep, but you're dragging during the day. That could be an indicator that that's no longer enough sleep for you. So take a look at how you feel during the day, examine how many hours of sleep you're getting the night before, and that'll be a good indicator on an adjustment that might be needed. So how do we start a sleep routine? Well, step 1 can be addressing how you're feeling during the day and then assessing and adjusting the number of hours that you're setting aside as your goal for good sleep. Step number 2 can be a calming routine, meaning you take a warm bath with some lavender oil, or you can diffuse lavender oil. Lavender is used in aromatherapy as a calming and relaxing oil. So that's why I recommend this one a lot. It works for me, and you can see how it works for you. So creating that calming, relaxing routine with the bath, and also maybe playing some relaxing music and setting the tone to start winding down. Remember, it's important to keep your room cool and dark. This definitely has a good impact on promoting and maintaining a good night's sleep. The next tip I know a lot of people aren't going to like, which is trying to start about an hour to half an hour before you decide to go to sleep and not be around any electronics, meaning no laptop, no TV, no phone. So try to finish up with all of that before you start with your winding down routine. The next tip is your diet, which can impact your sleep. So the best tip here is try not to have a large, heavy meal before bed, and try not to have a lot of alcohol. If you can avoid it at all, that would be great. And also avoiding any nicotine or caffeine before bed. All of these things can really disrupt a good night's sleep. Regular exercise is important for sleep, but definitely not right before bedtime. So the final step here is to wind down. So whether you end the evening with meditation or prayer, whatever calms your mind can add to this sleep routine, which will prepare you for a restful night's sleep. So we've established a sleep routine, but I can't have a video without some nutrition advice. So there are some supplements and actually some herbal teas that can help with promoting a good night's sleep. Some of the teas that are known to help promote relaxation and get you kind of ready for bed are chamomile tea, linden tea, valerian, and passion flower tea. So you can try those different teas and steep them, have a cup before bed, and they can be very helpful. An age-old remedy for getting a good night's sleep or promoting sleep is warming up some milk with honey. If you don't care for regular milk, you could always use a plant-based milk like oat milk or almond milk, cashew milk, whichever you prefer. And another delicious beverage that's known to promote calming, get you ready for bed feeling is a turmeric latte. And basically that's warming up milk of your choice and adding turmeric. You can add honey or clove, cinnamon, any of those spices, and it's really a delicious beverage, and it definitely does help promote some sleep. Another interesting supplement that I've been reading about that's supposed to help promote sleep is tart cherry juice. And they've done some studies, and I'll read to you what it says. It says, for some adults over 50, drinking 8 ounces of tart cherry juice twice a day for 2 weeks can add up to 60 to 80 minutes of sleep. Interesting. It's worth a try. It can't hurt. What I did was I bought some tart cherry powder on Amazon and I add it to my smoothies. So you can try that and see if it helps you. And again, it's something natural, so it's not going to be harmful in any way. And it's worth a try. Another popular supplement is ashwagandha, and this is sold as a powder, and you can get it either in capsules or in a jar as powder form, as I mentioned, and you can add it to any beverages of your liking. And this is supposed to help lower your cortisol levels and promote relaxation. One important supplement for relaxation and for sleep is magnesium. Magnesium helps our muscle cells relax. So if we don't get enough magnesium, we can have a lot of different issues with winding down, falling asleep, staying asleep. The best way to get magnesium is through foods. So try increasing your intake of dark green leafy vegetables such as spinach, kale, collard greens, mustard greens, beet greens, and also legumes and whole grains. If you are going to take a supplement, the recommended amount is about 300 to 400 milligrams a day. We hear a lot about melatonin, and this is a hormone that helps relax and calm your body down. It makes you feel sleepy and drowsy, so a lot of people are taking it to help with sleep. So when you think about it, our body's pretty smart. When we wake up and there's daylight, we create or release serotonin. It helps us get through the day in our best mood and regulating our appetite and so forth. And then our body's reaction to nighttime is to secrete melatonin, which helps us get restful sleep. But what happens is with our modern lifestyle, we don't always have exposure to enough daylight. And in the nighttime, we have exposure to a lot of artificial light. So that's why there are so many problems with restless and sleepless nights. If you want to boost your melatonin levels naturally, the best way to do that is to begin with the routine we've been talking about. So you get up at an early hour, try to get exposure to sunlight, and then in the evening, try to get to bed when it's dark and not have a lot of exposure to artificial light. Now, a lot of us are already trying all this and we're still having trouble sleeping. And if you are going to try taking a melatonin supplement, it's best to start out slow. So that means you start out with about 1 milligram of melatonin and you work your way up to 10 milligrams. Now remember, you never take a supplement without asking your doctor first, because any type of supplement can interfere with medication. So you always have to get the go-ahead from your physician. And if that's a good to go, then you can proceed and start slow. And it's also important to remember that if you're taking a melatonin supplement, try not to take it and then get on your phone or on your computer, because that can negate the effects of the supplement. So you want to wind down, turn off all your electronics, take your supplement maybe 30, 40 minutes before you're going to hit the hay, and then take your supplement and relax, and hopefully this will help you fall asleep. So as you can see, we have a variety of different tips, not just lifestyle, but some nutritional tips that can all help us create our own personalized sleep routine. So we're all different. You can start with one or two of these different tips, see how they work, and create your own routine that works for you. And I hope you got something useful out of today's video. And if you're having trouble sleeping, I hope some of these tips help. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.